President Trump this week announced his ambitious plan to tackle the nation's lagging infrastructure improvements. $1.5 trillion for roads, airports, waterways, and Superfund sites. With the looming expansion of I-25 between Monument and Castle Rock, we wanted to know how that project might be impacted under this new plan. News 5's Zach Thaxton live along the interstate in Monument with a closer look tonight. Zach.
Well, guys, as it stands right now, the I-25 Gap project is essentially the poster child for how the White House envisions projects like these being funded across the country, more than 80% local dollars. But some fear one controversial aspect of that funding plan could become the norm nationwide. President Trump on Monday enthusiastically rolling out his $1.5 trillion infrastructure plan.
To me, this is a very, very sexy subject.
The plan aims to cut Washington red tape by relaxing regulations and approval processes that can stall local projects, sometimes for years. It also puts the onus on local governments to foot 80% of the overall construction bill.
For the most part, the federal government is saying we're going to supply about 20% of the proceeds to build federal roads, and we're going to expect the state and local governments to come up with the rest of the share of that money.
State and local governments would apply for federal grants to help fund their projects, with a requirement to demonstrate innovative and sustainable local funding mechanisms, such as toll lanes. A crowd at an I-25 Gap listening session in Monument Tuesday night largely opposed a toll for the expanded lane. So does El Paso County Commissioner Mark Waller, who convinced voters in November to commit local tax dollars to the project.
I don't think that's the way to go, and I hope that our DOT, CDOT, doesn't engage in that practice and toll every single thing that's being built moving forward. I think that'd be a disaster for our state.
CDOT is waiting to hear on grant approval for $65 million in federal funds for the $350 million Gap project within the 20% threshold. Though Waller opposes tolls, he says the president's plan, on the whole, is good for local infrastructure.
Let's cut the red tape, get the dollars where they need to go, get them to truly shovel-ready projects, and get them moving forward.
If you'd like to read the president's entire infrastructure plan, it's about 55 pages. We've posted a link to it on KOAA.com. Always watching out for you. Zach Thaxton, News 5.